As men age, it's common to experience changes in energy, stamina, and even intimacy. Many men over 60 begin to feel like a shadow of their former selves, avoiding intimacy, skipping workouts, and waking up already feeling tired. It's frustrating, confusing, and, for many, even embarrassing. And while most chalk it up to aging, here's something important you need to know. Age isn't always the real problem. In fact, what feels like just getting older is often something much simpler and more manageable. A deficiency in a few key vitamins that directly affect your blood circulation, hormone levels, and cellular energy. These deficiencies don't just sneak up on you. They quietly drain your drive, dampen your libido, and make you feel like your best years are behind you. But the truth is they're not. Today, we're diving into 3 essential vitamins that are critical for restoring your vitality, boosting your energy, and improving your erections, all naturally. These aren't exotic miracle pills or secret formulas. These are vitamins your body needs, but likely isn't getting enough of, especially as you age. And here's something just as important. Even if you're taking supplements, there's a dangerous mistake many men make that prevents them from seeing results. We'll talk about that too, so you don't waste your time, money, or hope on the wrong approach. Before we get into specifics, I'd love to hear from you. If any of this resonates, if you're feeling more tired than usual, less driven, or not quite yourself, leave a 1 inch in the comments. If it doesn't sound like your situation, leave a 0. Your feedback helps me make these videos more helpful and specific for you. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel is all about empowering men over 60 to feel younger, stronger, and more in control, without gimmicks or quick fixes. Let's take back your vitality. Starting with the first of 3 powerful vitamins. Let's begin with the first and most overlooked vitamin, vitamin D. Often called the sunshine vitamin, this one does way more than just support your bones. For men, especially those over 60, vitamin D is a critical spark plug for blood flow, energy, and even sexual performance. Why is this so important? Because vitamin D helps stimulate nitric oxide production in your blood vessels. Nitric oxide is like the body's natural way of opening up your arteries and increasing circulation. Without it, blood doesn't flow as well, especially to the places you want it most. Weak circulation means weak erections. It also means your muscles don't get enough oxygen, which leaves you feeling tired and sluggish, even if you're sleeping enough. And here's the scary part. More than 40% of older adults are deficient in vitamin D. That number jumps even higher in people who spend most of their time indoors or live in areas with limited sunlight. So even if you're eating fairly well, odds are your body still isn't getting what it needs. So what's the fix? Start with the most natural source, sunlight. Just 15 to 20 minutes a day of sun exposure on your skin can make a big difference. Early morning or late afternoon sun is best, less harsh, and more effective for absorption. Can't get outside regularly? No problem. You can also load up on vitamin D-rich foods like salmon, sardines, tuna, egg yolks, and fortified dairy products. Still not enough? Then you want to consider a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement. D3 is the more bioavailable form, meaning your body absorbs and uses it better than the more common D2. Many of my patients have reported feeling more energetic, sleeping better, and even having stronger morning erections, all after just a few weeks of getting their vitamin D levels up. So if you're constantly low on energy or not performing the way you used to, vitamin D might be the missing link. Now let's talk about vitamin B12, the ultimate fuel for your body's energy system. If you've been feeling sluggish, foggy-headed, or like you've hit a wall no matter how much you sleep, B12 might be exactly what you're missing. Here's why this vitamin is so crucial. Vitamin B12 helps convert the food you eat into energy your cells can use. It plays a major role in producing red blood cells, which are responsible for carrying oxygen throughout your body. And without enough oxygen reaching your brain, muscles, and organs, everything slows down. Your thinking, your stamina, even your ability to perform sexually. For men over 60, the problem isn't usually diet, it's absorption. As we age, our stomach lining starts to produce less acid, and that acid is needed to pull B12 out of the food we eat. So even if you're eating meat, dairy, or eggs, some of the best food sources of B12, you still might not be absorbing enough of it. That's why B12 deficiency is shockingly common in older adults. And the symptoms? They sneak up on you. You feel tired all the time. You get winded easily. Your memory isn't as sharp. You feel weaker and mentally foggy. Sound familiar? Here's how to fix it. The best option is to take methylcobalamin, which is the active form of B12. Your body can use it immediately. No conversion process required. This is different from the cheaper, synthetic form called cyanocobalamin, which your liver has to process first. You'll get much better results by choosing methylcobalamin. And yes, while food sources like beef, liver, eggs, and dairy can help, supplementation is often necessary, especially if you're over 60. Most men notice a clear improvement in energy, mental focus, and stamina within just a few weeks of consistent use. So if you're tired of being tired, if you want to feel sharper, more alert, and more alive, vitamin B12 could be your secret weapon. But we're not done yet, because the third vitamin might be the most underrated of them all. Vitamin E, a powerhouse for hormone support and long-term vitality. The final member of this essential trio is vitamin E, a quiet hero when it comes to male vitality, hormonal balance, and cardiovascular health. While it doesn't get as much attention as vitamin D or B12, vitamin E is absolutely vital for protecting your masculinity as you age. So what does it actually do? First and foremost, vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant. That means it fights off inflammation and oxidative stress, the kind of internal wear and tear that builds up in your blood vessels, your reproductive system, and even your brain over time. If you're feeling constantly fatigued, mentally dull, or emotionally flat, this could be part of the puzzle. But here's what really makes vitamin E special. It supports testosterone production and protects the delicate cells involved in fertility and sexual performance. Inflammation and poor circulation can interfere with your body's ability to produce hormones properly. Vitamin E helps reduce that inflammation, allowing your body to keep producing testosterone and maintaining a healthy hormonal balance. Low levels of vitamin E have been linked to reduced sex drive, difficulty maintaining erections, slower muscle recovery after workouts, feeling less masculine or emotionally off balance. It's subtle, but it adds up, and it robs you of the vitality that makes life feel rich and full. So, how do you get more of it? You can start by incorporating vitamin E-rich foods into your daily meals. Almonds, sunflower seeds, olive oil, avocados, and leafy greens are excellent sources. But here's the catch. You need to make sure you're getting natural vitamin E, not the synthetic stuff that's often found in cheap multivitamins. Natural forms are labeled as D-alpha-tocopherol, while synthetic versions are labeled DL-alpha-tocopherol. That one small letter makes a big difference in absorption and effectiveness. When men start getting enough vitamin E, many report better mood, improved recovery after physical activity, stronger libido, and even better sleep. It works behind the scenes, but the results are very real. And when you combine vitamin D for blood flow, B12 for energy, and vitamin E for hormonal protection, you've got a powerful formula for renewed vitality. But here's the key. These vitamins work best when used together, and when taken in the right form, consistently. Now that we've explored the three essential vitamins, D, B12, and E, let's talk about why they're most effective when taken together. This is what I like to call the vitality triangle. Each vitamin on its own is powerful, but when combined, their benefits multiply. Let's break it down. Vitamin D is your circulation booster. It improves blood flow by increasing nitric oxide, which keeps your arteries open and flexible. That means more oxygen and nutrients reach your muscles, brain, and yes, your reproductive organs. Good circulation is the foundation of both physical and sexual performance. Then you've got vitamin B12, your energy generator. While vitamin D is opening the highways, B12 is fueling the cars. It converts your food into usable energy and supports oxygen-carrying red blood cells. Without it, even perfect circulation won't do much. You'll still feel sluggish, mentally foggy, and unmotivated. Finally, vitamin E steps in as the bodyguard. It reduces inflammation, shields your cells from oxidative stress, and protects testosterone production. Think of it as the maintenance crew, ensuring your hormones stay in balance and your cells function smoothly. Together, these three form a complete system. Vitamin D gets your blood flowing. B12 gets your cells firing. Vitamin E keeps your system clean, balanced, and protected. When one is missing, the others can't do their job properly. But when all three are present in the right form and quantity, you feel like a new man. I've seen this transformation firsthand. One of my patients, let's call him Walter, was in his mid-60s. He came to me complaining of constant fatigue, low libido, and a sense that the lights were on, but nobody was home. After just 60 days of combining these three vitamins, along with a few simple lifestyle tweaks, he reported what he called a new engine inside him. His energy came back, his mental clarity sharpened, and intimacy was no longer something he avoided. It became something he looked forward to again. That's the power of synergy. But before you go stocking up on supplements, there's a major pitfall we need to discuss. Because most men make one critical mistake that completely derails their progress. And that's what we're going to cover next. Now, before you run out and start buying every supplement with vitamins D, B12, and E on the label, let's hit the brakes for a second, because this next part could save you time, money, and frustration. Here's the one mistake most men make when trying to restore their energy and vitality with vitamins. They take the wrong form of supplements, and they take them inconsistently. Let's start with the form. Most over-the-counter multivitamins and bargain bin supplements use synthetic, low-quality versions of these critical nutrients. For example, instead of vitamin D3, they give you D2, which your body doesn't absorb nearly as well. Instead of methylcobalamin B12, they use cyanocobalamin, a cheaper form that your liver has to convert, and not everyone can do that efficiently. And instead of natural vitamin E D-alpha tocopherol, they offer synthetic E DL-alpha tocopherol, which is significantly less effective and may even interfere with your body's absorption of the real stuff. So what happens? You take these low-grade supplements for a few weeks, feel nothing, and assume vitamins don't work. But the reality is, it's not you. It's the junk you were sold. The second big mistake is inconsistency. A lot of guys start strong, taking their supplements daily for a week or two, but then life gets busy. They skip a few days, then a few more. Before long, they're back to square one. The truth is, your body needs daily, consistent nutrition to rebuild what's been lost over years, even decades. Skipping days is like watering a plant only once a week and wondering why it's not growing. So what's the solution? Simple. Always choose bioavailable, natural forms of each vitamin. D3, methylcobalamin, and D-alpha tocopherol. Avoid anything labeled synthetic, DL- or containing artificial fillers. And make your supplements a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Trust me, quality and consistency make all the difference. When you fuel your body the right way, it responds. You'll feel it in your energy, your sleep, your mood, and your performance. Now that you know which vitamins to take and which forms to avoid, let's talk about how to put this into action. Because the truth is, knowing isn't enough. You got to make it part of your day, easy, automatic, and consistent. Here's a simple daily routine you can start tomorrow morning that takes less than 5 minutes and sets you up for better energy, stronger performance, and sharper focus. Start your morning right. As soon as you wake up, drink a glass of water. Hydration helps your body absorb nutrients more efficiently. With your protein-rich breakfast, like eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein shake, take your vitamin B12 supplement. Make sure it's methylcobalamin, the bioactive form. If it's sunny, take a 15-minute walk outside. Let your arms or legs soak in that early morning sun. That's your natural dose of vitamin D. If it's cloudy or you're indoors all day, take a high-quality D3 supplement instead. Mid-morning or afternoon snack. Grab a handful of almonds or sunflower seeds. These are loaded with natural vitamin E. Drizzle a little olive oil on your lunch or dinner salads. Another great source of healthy vitamin E. Pair this with leafy greens like spinach or kale for a nutrient-dense combo that fuels your cells and protects your hormones. Evening wind down. Stay hydrated, avoid processed food and sugar late at night, and reflect on your wins, no matter how small. A good mindset fuels consistency. When you follow this routine, something amazing happens. You stop relying on willpower and start building a habit. Over time, you'll feel more energy throughout the day, clearer focus, and fewer foggy moments. Better sleep at night, a stronger sense of vitality and masculinity. Take Frank, another patient of mine. He was skeptical at first. He thought he was just too old to change. But after 30 days of this simple daily routine, he told me, "It's like I woke up. My wife even noticed I'm smiling more." That's the power of small, consistent action. It works better than any overnight gimmick or extreme diet plan. So here's the bottom line, gentlemen. You're not broken. You're just running low on the fuel your body truly needs. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. It doesn't have to mean giving up your energy, your confidence, or your intimacy. The truth is, many of the problems men face after 60, fatigue, poor erections, low motivation, aren't just about age. They're often the result of silent, fixable vitamin deficiencies. When you give your body what it's been missing, vitamin D for circulation, B12 for energy, and vitamin E for hormonal protection, you're not just taking supplements. You're sending a message to your body. I'm ready to live again, fully, and that's powerful. But remember, this isn't about doing everything perfectly overnight. It's about small steps done consistently. That's how you build strength. That's how you reclaim control over your health, your performance, and your purpose. You owe it to yourself and to the people who love you, not to settle for just getting by. You can feel good again. You can wake up with energy, confidence, and clarity. You just have to make the decision to start and stick with it. So if this message resonated with you, like this video, it helps us reach more men who need this info. Comment below. Just type 1 if this hit home, or 0 if you're still skeptical. Either way, I want to hear from you. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another tip that could change your life. And if you've got a specific question or topic you want me to cover in a future video, drop in the comments. I read every one. Let's bring it all together with a quick recap so you remember exactly what to focus on. Vitamin D equals better blood flow. It's not just a bone vitamin. It's the key to healthy circulation, which is essential for energy, stamina, and strong erections. Whether from 15 minutes of sun or 8D3 supplement, make sure you're getting it daily. Vitamin B12 equals clean, lasting energy. B12 helps convert food into fuel, supports red blood cells, and sharpens mental focus. If you're tired, foggy, or weak, this is one of the first things to fix. Look for methylcobalamin, not cheap B12. Vitamin E equals hormonal and sexual health. This antioxidant protects your testosterone levels, reduces inflammation, and keeps your cells firing strong. Go for natural E, D-alpha tocopherol, and add foods like almonds, sunflower seeds, and olive oil to your meals. Avoid low-quality supplements. Skip anything synthetic like D2, cyanocobalamin B12, and DL-alpha tocopherol. These are poorly absorbed and waste your time and money. Build a daily routine. Make your vitamins a consistent part of your morning. Hydrate. Eat protein. Get sunlight. Snack on healthy fats. Stay committed. The results don't come from a single big change. They come from small steps repeated daily. Remember, your energy, your performance, and your passion for life aren't gone. They're just waiting to be unlocked. And now, you've got the key. This isn't the end of the journey. It's the beginning of a comeback.